Okay, by default it is 0 and string is equal to null. Okay, so by default, when you create an object with zero argument constructor or no parameter constructor, all the values are member variables are assigned to 0. Now, where this takes place, it takes place inside the heap area. And where is your, okay, let's get back here. So method area, heap area, Java stacks, PC registers, native method stacks. Okay, so here, what is method area? It is responsible for storing class information. So internal class representation of the bytecode. Usually, class file is nothing but JVM will create another class file for the bytecode file what we created, and it will be and store it in a method area. Okay, and it will store that class in a method area. The internal representation of a class will have the following data: constant pools. What are constants? Like string constants, integer constants, any runtime constants that we create. String constants usually that will be stored in runtime constant pool, method code, attributes, and fields. So this area, let's take method area, heap area, and method area. Heap area and method area. Okay, heap area and method area. So inside method area, what all data is stored? If you see, runtime constant pools, method codes, attributes, and fields. All this data is stored here. Okay, so runtime constants pool, method code, attributes, and fields all are stored inside the method area, and objects are created inside the heap area. And you have something called static data, static methods. Okay, now what is runtime constant pool? These are constants, symbolic references, constants, method attributes. All these values are stored inside constant pool. Implementation, method implementation is stored inside the method code, like constructors, normal methods. Attributes, a list of all named attributes of this class are stored in attributes. Fields are nothing but these values, member variables. Values of all fields of this class as references to the runtime constants. So all this data is present in method area. All this data is present inside method area. See here, it can be part of the heap or it can be a separate runtime. The size of the method area depends again based on the implementation to implementation. The size of the method area can be static or dynamic. It changes. And this is important. What is garbage collector? Garbage collector. Garbage collector. What is a garbage collector?
Layers of the heap.
Memory
It's
like
yeah.
used needed for JVM.
Yeah, it's a class which will clear the objects, or to be more technical, claims unused objects. Okay, garbage collector is a class which will claim or which claims unused objects.
We don't have destructors in
No,
Java.
no.
Ah, got it.
Default.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
is in C, isn't it? In
Yeah,
C,
C++ we will use destructors for clear.
destructors, right? Okay. But whereas here, garbage collector is a class which claims unused objects. So it is done automatically. Okay, automatically, garbage collector will claim unused objects. Okay, so performance, system performance depends, or JVM performance depends on GC. JVM performance depends on GC.
We don't normally get segmentation errors, memory leaks, right?
No, 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 we don't get usually,
Yeah.
but maybe in high end when we are working
Ah,
on a very large scale application, on
okay.
server applications,
Mm-hmm.
then we might get segmentations, stack overflows, stack underflows, which
Ah, got it.
is handled by errors.
Mm-hmm.
This is not part of exception handling again.
Okay.
Java exception handling is two types. One is runtime and the other one is compile time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so very severe errors, very severe issues which are related to GC or memory leakages. All this will be uh, part of errors, Java errors, not exceptions. Okay, so here GC has to take care. Now it's a responsibility of the GC to clear memory periodically. Again, it depends on internal algorithms. Okay, so that's a different story. It's in-depth topic. We are not going to go in that much depth. So GC will reclaim all the objects. Okay, next. So this is about JVM method. Yeah, heap area is again all our objects are created inside the heap area. So method area can be part of this heap area, or it can be separate. Usually it will be a separate where all your constants, methods, method variables, local variables, all this data is stored. Okay, so next. So this is an example. Diagrammatic representation of method and heap. So in method area, you have a class data, and this is your heap data objects. Okay, so this is belonging to this part, class data. So your classes, constants, attributes, any fields like constructor fields, method parameters, all these are stored inside the method area, and only your objects. Let's say you have two objects created for this. Let's say you created two objects. Let's say you created two objects for this. So how many objects will be there in the memory? How many objects will be available in the memory? That is heap area. Two objects. So how many objects? Two objects. One is student S1, other one is student S2. So like this, if you create n number of objects, all these objects will be available inside the memory. Any doubts so far? But there will be only one class inside the method area.
Okay.
Only one class inside the method area, but n number of objects inside the heap area. Isn't it? So that is how JVM memory is managed automatically, and developer has nothing to do with the garbage collection or with the memory allocation or memory deallocation. So this is class data and this is method data. Okay, so every thread, yes, Java is a multi-threaded language, isn't it? So here every thread. So when we run a Java application, usually it will be run in terms of threads. So is there any thread available in a Java class if you don't create any thread?
Yeah, by default, there should be one thread, isn't it?
Yes. By default, there is one thread. Now, what thread is that?
The, I don't know, main thread?
It is main thread. By default, it is a main thread. Okay. So whenever we write any program, main method is must, isn't it? So main is a at least one thread that is available in each and every Java program. In background, there are n number of threads. N number of threads, but this is a front end main thread. Okay, so here memory area is classified. So every thread has exclusive access to memory that is created for each thread. So every thread will have its own memory for PC registers, JVM stacks, and native method stacks. Whenever we create exclusively threads, multi-threaded application, whenever we design a multi-threaded application, so every thread will have exclusive accessibility to stacks, registers and stacks. This one, PC registers, Java stacks, and native method stacks, these three parts. Other than method area, that is class data, other than heap data, rest of the three square boxes, which says Java stack area, Java PC registers, and native methods. Threads will have exclusive accessibility to these three areas. Is this point clear?
Yeah.
Now, what are native methods? Native methods are nothing but C methods or any other uh, language methods. Okay. Usually it is C native methods. Usually this comes into picture when we are working with the database because we interact with the third party applications. So in that scenario, we use native methods, virtual machine stack, stack frames. Each thread gets its own stack. This is important, which are called stack frames. So this we will see when we go to threads. You can understand this is at a very high level information for you. If you have this knowledge while working with threads, it will be easy for you. Okay. Now at this point of time, you should know memory area about heap and classes, where exactly classes are stored and where exactly heap, what exactly heap area consists of. Okay, what exactly heap area consists, where exactly object are stored, why you are getting zeros and null values by default if you create member variables. So in order to understand that thing, this memory area is very important for you. Okay, and while when we go to threads concept, when we discuss multi-threading, at that point on you will better understand this virtual JVM stacks and native method stacks. Okay, so at a very high level, this is for thread data. JVM stack is for thread pools. When we create a thread, what all data thread requires that will be stored in JVM stacks. And this is for native methods. PC registers is for counter values. You use for loops, while loops, isn't it? So when you create a loop counters, I plus plus, J, yesterday we discussed I plus plus, J plus plus,
Yeah.
isn't it? So we were
Um,
incrementing the counter. We were using
so
counter variables. Yes,
I have one doubt.
yes.
So if okay, so if you are creating like the objects with student and course, like in this example in the file that we're seeing now, if
Mm,
we do that and if we access variables from that and all that, those will get stored in heap. That is right, yes.
mm,
But if we try to create local variables inside this void main,
mm.
then they get stored in stack frame.
Yes, you are right.
Yeah. So we will have both stack frame and heap memory too, right? Right.
Updated. It will have a reference.
Oh,
It will
okay.
have a reference. Okay.
Okay. So
Mm,
if we create like other than main method, if we
mm,
create the same class, if
mm,
we create multiple functions or something like that,
mm.
like the stack, I mean those function calls and everything, stack frame will be pushed and it performs in that way, right?
Right. So it
Okay.
is because all methods are implemented as threads, isn't it? So
Yep.
usually it is in method area, means this area.
Yep. Yes.
All
I
the
understand.
methods, all methods data will be stored here. Method code, okay? Runtime constant pools, method codes, whichever methods we create. So all the method codes will be created here. Okay.
So, and the other question that I have is
Mm,
if we have threads and all that,
mm.
wouldn't they be able to access memory unless and until if we specify that memory as a critical section?
Critical section is again that is part of synchronization. It is in multi-threading. Okay, so critical
Yeah.
section, it has its own accessibility.
Okay.
Every thread will have accessibility to critical section, but depending on the time, they will
Yep.
rotate. Every thread will get a chance to access its own critical area. Okay, if
Mm-hmm.
multiple threads are accessing a single memory area, then they have to synchronize themselves.
Okay.
One by one, they have to read the memory area.
So I
Means
get this
there are,
out again when we go to multi-threading.
yes.
Yeah.
So it will get into the concept of multi-threading. That's a
Okay.
very deeper section. Okay, so let's at a very high level, as I told, at this point of time, you should be clear with concepts of object area and class area. Okay,
Okay.
this is memory stacks and PC registers,
Mm-hmm.
native methods, C stacks, C++. Okay, yeah, this is an example, a diagrammatic representation.
Mm-hmm.
Thread 1, thread 2, thread 3,
Yes.
and
Yes.
this is a native methods.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Any doubts, Indian?
No, yeah, I think I will wait for multi-threading. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so let's stop for the day. And tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, we will not have any sessions. And moreover, here it's a Diwali festival is there. So a lot of noise, etc. will be there. So 2 days I'll not be able to take the session.
Okay.
Sure.
Saturday and Sunday, and Monday as usual at 7:30 a.m. IST. Okay.
Can you
So
share that document yesterday? I think yeah, you send the test mail. It's okay for us. So
yeah, I will send course contents and this one, right?
yeah, both spring. Yeah, you can send it for both also. Yeah, spring also if possible.
Okay, you are talking about course contents for Spring and Complete Java, right?
Exactly, you're right. Yeah.
And along with that, you are asking to share this session documents also.
Yes. Yeah.
All
Are you
right.
sharing the recording also or?
Yeah, I will share. If you have a privilege to record from your side, you can record.
I think you should give it to us.
Yeah, we will give. We
Okay.
have
Yeah.
been sharing. Okay, but for some students, they will record for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually I will record, but I thought
Mm.
since you are recording, I don't want to.
Oh, I'll share it. Okay.
Okay, okay,
We have a YouTube separately for this. So I'll give an
okay.
access to that. You can access previous s- sessions data also. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Thank you and have a happy Diwali.
Nothing.
I'm sure
And
you
same
are
to you.
also celebrating, right? In US
No,
also.
for us, US, I think there are some. I don't think we are celebrating this year because we are not.
Oh, is
They are
it
not
because
allowing
of?
us to. Yeah, because of COVID. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. All right. How is the situation? Is it controllable or it's?
It started again. That's what like. It's like
Oh,
now. It's like 2,500, 3,000. It's there. Yeah, per day.
okay. Is it
Think
because?
like it's going to
Mhm.
be like a Black November and all that
Oh
because
my
it's
God. How about
they're
then
not.
December?
And Biden campaign people are saying that we should have 4 to 6 weeks lockdown and everything.
Oh
So
my God. We do not know. Like I like really, I'm not looking at television since a week, so I'm unaware of the news. What is happening about COVID? But in India, it is coming down. Yesterday or day before yesterday, I saw a newspaper.
See, it's like yeah. For us also for New Jersey, it was like 1,500. Like it went to 300.
Mm,
Then it started again. So that's how it's going. So
okay. And how about yeah, in newspaper I read like Russia's vaccine is spreading. I mean, they have introduced a vaccine which will cure COVID. Something they said.
yeah, in USA too, like Pfizer, it kind of
Mm,
said that
mm, mm,
it's getting FDA approval and all that, Food and
mm.
Drug Administration's approval.
Okay.
So once it gets, then I mean, at least Dr. Anthony Fauci, he's saying that by April, or I
Mm,
mean, we will all be getting vaccines. But I think first preference will be given to first responders and
mm,
hospital, crew and all
and
that.
then
So
and then
yeah.
settlers. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and and then we will be the last of the line.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Are you
yeah,
both of you okay? Have green cards or you're still in process of getting green cards?
I
oh,
do not have a green card. I'm still in F1
Mm-hmm.
OPT.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Okay. No issues. Take care of yourself. Even here also not very much about Diwali, but there will be some evening time there will be a disturbance and morning hours I have some work at home, so I have to take care these two
mhm.
days. Okay. Monday
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
continue
sure.
as usual at 7:30 a.m. Okay. So
Yep, sure.
Monday, let me happy Diwali.
Yep, thanks. Happy Diwali to you too.
Thank you. Happy
Have a good
Diwali
day.
and let's connect at 7:30 on Monday. Okay. Regular time.
okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you.